Hello, all. I am the Fifth Animal. At least that's my tag on Xbox Live, so y'all can keep calling me that. That's not a big deal, though. I'm not here to talk about my name. What I am going to talk about, though, is power. For those of you who don't know what power is, I'm going to explain it along with a bunch of other stuff as we move from a league or EFED towards a organization or business of some sort. Um, First off, it is I, Fifth Animal, and my partner Afro Gentleman who manage, run, host, whatever you want to call it, Power. And Power is the professional online wrestling entertainment revolution. Generally, we use the products of WWE 13 video game and WWE 2K14 video game to produce animated shows on YouTube, as well as a bunch of other stuff. But a lot of things happen, and a lot of things have changed, and we're more so moving more towards how we started, opposed to what we've wound up slowly getting into. I'll touch up I'll touch up on a few things as you patiently wait and listen to everything that needs to be said and heard. So, some of our members have been wondering what's the next step and when we're going to continue our shows and a whole bunch of other stuff pertaining to power. Some of our fans have been patiently waiting for the same thing. Some of our haters and conspirators have been wondering the same thing too. So they can do what they do best, hate and talk shit. Which is cool. You're entitled to your own choice. God gave us all freedom of choice. Just make sure you make the right choices in life, that's all. Anyway, let's get down to it. Starting with the struggles. First off, I want to say thank you to all who supported us and helped us moving forward from the beginning. My partner Afro and I have worked hard to produce all we have produced, which is 36 weeks worth of consecutive shows. 2 consecutive shows per week, plus pay-per-views. So that means we started in January and was able to consecutively and consistently produce 2 shows per week along with other events and pay-per-views. I don't know if you guys understand how much hard work that is, but think about the designs and creativity and editing that it takes to do YouTube shows such as animated wrestling shows. But anyway, you know, it was fun and it was a pleasure just doing what we do best. However, recently WWE 2K14 has released and there were a number of issues with the game which held us back from moving forward a few times in a few areas. It's so ridiculous the amount of broken shit that's in this game, and it almost appears as if they purposely do stuff like this. The custom logos, cannot be stretched too much in custom arenas and other areas unless you make the paint too super huge when you create it. Face paints and a few other areas of creation are limited on color, where they let you choose one color opposed to multiples like the previous wrestling games. Story designer was white with the developers assholes after diarrhea because there's so much shit on that area of the game you can't detox it. Camera angles can't be adjusted in most scenes in the story designer. Screen flickers on green, black, and white screens. The game freezes periodically when using creative superstars. It's ridiculous. Along with that, custom championships are their cool concept. A lot of you youngsters aren't familiar with the old SmackDown vs. Raw games back in 2007, 2006 and everything. But before, they had creative championships back then. Most of the designs in 2K14 for that now are the designs back then that, they were very limited of what we can do as far as have 5 layers on our limited belts now opposed to what we could have did back then. Something small but not too big. But anyway, the bigger point I'm getting at this is all these issues add up and cause a delay in our work when it comes to power. Furthermore, my data magically and at the most random moment got corrupted and lost everything. This is the struggle. Recorded entrances. Put a Purge game video up and I turned back on my game and my shit was corrupted. I lost all superstars, arenas, titles, etc. I lost everything. Luckily, there were people who had characters that I could just easily re-download. And, at this point, I'm paranoid as shit. And on WWE 2K14, I'm paranoid, but not because of that. Sure, I could have bitched and moaned about it and said screw all this wrestling shit, but the inevitable was that I'm going to wind up doing what I do best, which is be creative. Despite the fact that I lost everything and I could get some stuff back, because I have a talent for such things, then I'm going to wind up doing it anyway. So it's just a matter of putting in the work. This is our work. So to some of y'all, it's a video game, but we do more than that. And I'm going to explain that when I continue talking, which is now. So this brings me to the bigger announcement from this video. Power is no longer a league. We are not an EFED. We are not a league. We're not Power Wrestling. The word wrestling is already included in our abbreviation, so we don't need to put wrestling after power. Power stands for the Professional Online Wrestling Entertainment Revolution. We're not a league or an EFED. We don't recruit and want people to join us and help us grow. A lot of people out there have the wrong idea about us and what it is exactly we do. And it's not their fault. It's mostly our fault for doing too much for our members opposed for ourselves. That may sound a bit conceited, but it's the truth. When you look at things from an outside standpoint of view, stuff like this, it's obviously seen. This is what I'm talking about, though. I'll explain. Power started off similar to how South Park did. It was me and my partner Afro Gentleman. We're just two dudes with a passion for a few things we have in common. We wanted to make something bigger for what we believe in, so that's how Power started. We did something on our own, and along the way, people started joining us and kind of, wanted to be a part of what we did. The problem was we slowly got sucked into the EFED/league community, where members determined the success of a league and the community criticized other EFEDs. We're not about that life, though. And to prove it, I can sit here and say this still, that Power has never fired or kicked anyone from it. Why? Because we don't give a damn. We just do what we do best. People are welcome to join us and they are welcome to leave us. We don't care what people say or think about us, nor do we care to entertain the mindless zombies of this world we live in. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on with words of wisdom. But to bring up a point, but the fact of the matter is most of you watching or listening to this won't comprehend what I'm saying, or you'll forget everything I said once it's done. So allow me to simplify things even more with words and visuals. The Professional Online Wrestling Entertainment Revolution, Power, is not a league or EFED. Let's define what a league/EFED consists of first. Community or group of people. Leagues and EFEDs usually consist of that. Communities or groups of people. They also consist of people or this community that compete against each other or external users. This includes clans, clan battles, all that too. They also have virtual matches, championships, tournaments, ranks, systems, etc. Some have shows, visuals, or written shows and visuals. Some have websites of some sort. Deeper into it is done as a hobby for most people. Deeper into it is done for an entertainment. Deeper into it is done for the people, the community. Deeper into it, it also entertains the minds of the pessimists and gives them reason to be evil. Deeper into it, it gives people a reason to play the game and be a part of something. You get the idea, right? But this is not us. This is not what Power started out to be, and this is not what Power is going to consist of after this video. Actually, starting right now. This video is just to make you all aware. After a few months, though, we started having these features and qualities. But at the beginning and now, we're defining this situation and point to let you all know that you need to put an X over these features when it comes to Power. This is what Power is. An organization. An organized body of people with a particular purpose. A business, society, association, etc. Some of you are probably wondering right now, what is our purpose then? This is our purpose. To bring the best, unique creativity out of several individuals. I guess you all can call us social entrepreneurs on some level, or at least progressing ones. Short and simple, many of you people, especially growing kids, y'all tend to follow what y'all see on TV and mimic what you see. You have your own creative suite inside you, and you don't need a video game with several features, broken or working, to give you the option to be creative. Our main goal is to turn all of you imitators into innovators. Let me restate that with a visual. The goal of power is to transform you imitators into innovators. So looking at what a league or EFIC consists of, compare it to what I just told you about us. Let's put it all into a sentence. Power is an organization that helps individuals become the innovators of the future. That shit sounds nice, doesn't it? So let's get down to the nitty gritty about what power consists of as an organization to help people be creative. I'm going to go through three things. One being what we do now or what we produce now. The second thing is an explanation on what people may do when they choose to join power. Third and last thing will be the changes of the before and now pertaining to power and the wrestling aspect, why wrestling is included. And this is more so for those who are already involved with power. This third step that I'm going to explain, this third thing I'm going to talk about, is more so for the members and people already involved. But, carrying on. What we do now and what we produce, it's all on our website, by the way. You can find it in the description of this video. I'll even say it to you, though. www.wrestlingpoweronline.com. In summation, though, we basically produce weekly animated wrestling shows for Tuesdays and Fridays, our flagship shows, Terror Dome and Fire. And those consist of several characters, stories, designs, and visions from individuals who are growing innovators. We have our developmental area Empower University where you can test your waters with your ideas and get involved in fun challenges. They pop up from time to time for those involved in the Purge games. Purge games consist of two teams that battle with each other in many creative ways while being in a competition. It still has a focus of training the minds of many in order to bring out their creativity and ultimately become, someone they were meant to be. We're trying to help people bring the best out of their creativity. We also produce or will produce stories separate from the shows. Some will be short stories. Some will be long stories. Some may be comics. Some may be short films. Some may even be a movie. And some may even be a montage. Ultimately, though, our ebooks area / feature are for those who have a talent for writing and want to express their creativity there. This especially goes out to all the RPers out there. Yes, role players who love to write matches out and stories, as well as character backgrounds and character histories, etc. I know you all. I've seen y'all. I've been one of y'all as well. This is an organized place for y'all to come and be a part of a growing organization. Whether you're looking to just get it out there or want to write a book about your EFED / league, looking for motivation. If you're looking for motivation, we do nothing but push people to do the best they can do for themselves, okay? Looking for some advice, anything we can help with pertaining to writing, let us know. I'm a strong writer myself. Growing up, I had teachers always tell me I'm a strong writer. I should go into a writing profession and all that. Why I never did? Well, I was young and dumb. Like most people were at some point. I'll tell you all, it doesn't take a degree, though. Nor does it take a scientist or professional class or any kind of clearance group to tell you you're creative and you could produce something amazing. Everything my teachers and professors told me before, I later figured it out on my own anyway. Older people just tend to give you words of wisdom from time to time. It's your choice whether to take it or not, though. Back to the production stuff, though. We will also have magazines. Our first magazine name will be called The Zap. Don't ask why we chose that name. Any of you who know us know we have the funniest reasons to come up with stuff, but it always makes sense anyway. Zap Magazine will consist of mostly information pertaining to our shows, character stories, and anything else going on within Power. Really. We're open to other magazines. If you want to create your own issues and provide to wherever we promote in the public, feel free to join and do so. Our ideas and yours are not limited. We will always do our best to bring out the innovators in you and as well as ourselves. Our magazines, like our magazines, your magazines can be about anything you want within the few guys. We just help provide the push that says it's okay to be who you are. And so for now, that's about it for what we develop and produce. There's more to come, but you'll have to tune in to see what happens with production phase, basically. Now for the second breakdown I was talking about. What people may do when they choose to join Power. I touched on this subject a bit previously with, ebooks and magazines, so I'll just continue. You can join Power as a member, a superstar, affiliate, writer, or designer. You can even join as an audio specialist if that's your thing. Anything possible for our organization is beneficial. But to answer all the questions about money, though, because I know some of you thinking about, well, if anybody joins Power and do this, do we get paid? Can we make money? No. No one getting paid at the moment. At the very least, we may have events or rewards rarely or occasionally, but no money is involved at the moment because we don't get paid for this at the moment. This is just something we do because we enjoy doing it. Eventually it'll kick off and get to where we see it because that's what we do. We work hard on things we believe in. So, no, there's no money involved. And, if you worship the dollar bill, and I'll be the first one to tell you people too, or one of the first people to tell you that money is one thing that would delay you from being the best you can be. My partner and I have spent money into Power as well as time. 99% of you can't imagine the amount of time we've spent for Power. But see, time is free. You can't recycle time, but it's free. You don't spend money on time because you don't need money to spend time. If your pastor, parent, guardian, or any other older person never told you that, then I'm pleased to be the first to tell you this. You don't need money to spend time. Back on topic though. You can choose to join as these things and produce anything as long as it stays within the boundaries. I'll talk about the boundaries after I give the joining explanations though. To join as a member, right? You can host or produce your stories. You have an ebook in mind, magazines, blogs, etc. Join as a member. You can help the organization develop ideas and features to grow overall. Be a member. You can reach out, help promote us. You basically join as a contributor and be a bigger piece of the puzzle. However, you are limited only to what you limit yourself to. One thing you all need to keep in mind is to never accept a job you think you can do. You must know you can do it, whether it be technical or self-confidence. If you doubt yourself, then don't go through with anything. Superstars. To join as superstars, right? Joining as a superstar will be as simple as having the WWE 13 game and or WWE 2K14 game. Now, you don't necessarily have to have the game. If you want to join and be a part of the production stage, we can easily visually create superstars and put your ideas into our shows or make them come alive. As easy as that. So you don't necessarily have to have the game. Just throwing that out there. But, as simple as creating a superstar. Understanding character creations is more important. Developing a superstar's gimmick will also be a part of a superstar joining phase. Stories, background, moves and moveset, behavior, personality, interactions, likes, dislikes. You will become a pro when it comes to character creation. You will become a guru character creator if you join Power as a superstar. That's the best way to put it. Why believe that statement out of everything else? Because the two owners' strongest talents and skills are character creation and writing. Now, as far as affiliates go. If you want to join as an affiliate, you can see our social media page. You will be added there. Only thing we expect in return is that you promote and advertise in any kind of way you can. Power in some way, shape, or form. How will it benefit you to be an affiliate with us? We'll promote you through our weekly shows and events via YouTube, as well as other places we see fit. We're not selfish. We're good people. We're just trying to be the best we can be before, we're off this planet. As far as writers go, people can join as writers. Those of you who like to write, I'm very creative when it comes to ideas pertaining to angles and stories. Very different from member writing, but writing as a member is more so for ebooks and magazines and stuff pertaining to your own creations and ideas. Writers, if you join as a writer, you're going to be writing for Power, which puts you in the show production aspect of Power. Character paths, interactions, events, stories, all pertaining to our shows will be essential to writing for Power. News and announcements also apply to this area if you join. Designers. If you design, you can join. Those of you who like to draw, we see you. Come see us. Those of you who like to paint too on the game, we see you. Come see us. Those of you who like to use Photoshop, Illustrator, and other programs, we see you. So why not come see us? Those of you who like to create attires, designs, and logos, we see you. Come see us. Those of you that be on the wrestling forums creating SIGs, avatars, logos, and GIFs, we see you all too. Why not come see us and be a part of something bigger? Your creativity is only one step ahead of you. It's just a matter of stepping out of your boundaries that you created yourself by being an imitator opposed to an innovator. Come see us. We're here to help. This is what we do. This is what we care about. We care about bringing creativity to life, okay? Had to get something to drink. This thing is long, right? But it's worth it. It's well worth it. For all that we've been through, I feel like it's worth it. We've been through a lot. Me and my partner have been through a lot, but it's very well worth it. We're almost done, though. I'm going to finish up by talking about these boundaries for Power and then talk about changes in our shows and current members. Then I'm out because I got a few things I want to do, but, look, y'all, this is the type of time I put into Power. Does the video not self-explain? Time. Just the time we put into it. Anyway, boundaries. The boundaries previously mentioned about limiting yourself is different from the Power boundaries mentioned earlier. Our boundaries, and the reason the W in Power represents wrestling, are that we keep everything related to a form of entertainment and/or wrestling. The farthest one of our members have gone is writing a story that has nothing to do with wrestling, but the main character in his story likes to watch Power's wrestling shows. And it can even go farther than that. We don't require people to include Power in their creativity. We just require people to stay within the boundary of entertainment or wrestling. For this reason, wrestling isn't what it used to be. Wrestling doesn't get the respect it used to have. Wrestling is predetermined, so to speak, because other sports entertainments is questionable. But anyway, yes, wrestling is predetermined. Wrestling is scripted. Wrestling is a form of entertainment nowadays. You have to accept this fact in order to enhance what you have now pertaining to entertainment or wrestling. We use wrestling and entertainment as our playing field because of the endless possibilities it opens up. Other sports and entertainments are limited, but wrestling combines more than you see. It combines the same thing we combine: stories, characters, behaviors, interactions, books, magazines, arenas, events, shows, and the list goes on. I mean, look at the actual wrestling businesses, like the WWE franchise, and you have other places like TNA, ROH, but look what they do. They can offer so much stuff off of wrestling because it expands. It's scripted and predetermined, so that allows other stuff, other creative fields to get involved and include it. They have total divas out there, and that's a reality show. They have so many games and events that they do, charities. It expands, which is why we stay within these boundaries of entertainment and wrestling, because it expands to different things. We can do different things while staying on these boundaries. Which now brings me to the changes of our shows and for current members involved. First off, I want to apologize, even though I don't have to, but I will. For all you people who felt hurt and neglected, it's nothing personal. When I say leave me alone and let me be, that's because you are in other stuff play as a distraction. You are a distraction though. When I say I need time and to not bother me, it's because I see you as a distraction. If people keep coming to me, bothering me, sending me messages, calling me, trying to contact me, asking me questions that I'm trying to develop myself, trying to develop answers to myself, it's going to be a distraction. I have to have time to let my brain work, just like everybody else needs sleep, to let their brain recharge and, rethink of any kind of genius creativity. Even though you mean no harm, when I ignore you and stay to myself, it's because I'm working hard on something and need to concentrate without any distractions. Unless you are helping me, I don't like distractions. However, I will apologize to those who feel or have felt neglected and hurt. You are up to this point not a distraction. I'm pretty much done doing what I need to do. Up to this point, if you have felt neglected, I apologize, but everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Don't think too much into it. But this video is self-explanatory. A distraction would have taken away from everything I said in this video. Now, to the changes. Our shows will not. Let me repeat that with emphasis. Our shows will not. Let me say that one more again. Our shows will not be like other animated wrestling shows. I like watching TPP Frontline. If you don't know Die Hard and TPP, look at our affiliates page on the social network and social media. But we're not going to be like them, so don't expect us to be. There's some other leagues or shows out there that produce wrestling shows that's not on our affiliates and social media page, but most of them will give you the same format expected of all wrestling shows. A story with feuds, matches, commentary, match commentary. The stuff you actually see when you watch a televised YouTube or televised wrestling show. But our shows not going to do that. No. Our shows are more so aiming toward a live, in-person feel. So, what to expect now, right? What to expect. Match commentary. We're not going to do that. I'm sorry. I just realized that I made a mistake. I said what to expect. What not to expect from us. That's what I meant to say. Stay with me now. What not to expect. Match commentary. Don't expect match commentary. Super cool effects. Don't expect super cool effects every few moments like other shows. I mean, we will have them. We actually are talented in some sort of effects and designs and stuff. Whatever we see visually appealing, we're going to use. But we will have them anyway. But don't expect it to be, in the show often. You know what I'm saying? Don't expect super awesome sim matches either. I want to clear this shit right now. We're not competitive players, okay, Mr. Call communities out there. We're not competitive players. We're not sim players either. I don't give a shit about competitive and sim playing. We do what we can to make our matches look good for the show. Okay? The video games are not perfect, and you all know this, so don't expect perfection when it comes to matches, and don't expect long sim matches either. Please, please, don't come in here trying to preach to us about how matches need to be sim and be indie style. None of that. That's not what we're trying to do. That's not what we're selling, okay? So, for all you that take sim to the heart, simulation wrestling to the heart like that, when it comes to power, it's not that serious, because we're not going to have long match commentated matches that needs to be simulation style. We just need matches that look good enough for the stories and for the shows, okay? They're not going to be disorganized and chaotic. but they're also not going to be super simmed up like most of you are used to in that community. On that note, to our members, to our members, don't expect to play all your matches either. There will be times where if we feel you are unable to get the job done right, we'll do it ourselves or find someone else to do it. Some of you get too beside yourself and you feel like you got to compete. You feel like you got to do what's best for you opposed to doing what's best for the show. Not every match is predetermined though. This is power. We're so skilled that we adapt. In fact, less than 50% of our matches are predetermined. Let me rewind and clarify. Clarification coming, loading. Less than 20% of our matches are predetermined. How's that? Why? Because we like to adapt and create options for our stories. This is what it's about. Creating the environment, creating the stories. Staying on topic though, don't expect to see in our shows what you would normally see on a wrestling televised show or a YouTube league show. What can we expect though? If you're making wrestling shows, what should we be seeing though? I'm glad you guys asked that because I know in y'all minds that's what y'all saying. If we're not supposed to expect this stuff, what can we expect? What if you're a wrestling show? What should we be expecting? I'm glad you asked, Sunny Sons. This is what to expect though. This is what to expect. Arena / outside audio on both weekly shows of Terror Dome and Fire. Because both Terror Dome and Fire are going to take place in outside stadiums. Tuesday Night Terror Dome will be in an outside stadium on YouTube. When you see the show, it's going to take place in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And Friday Night Fire is going to take place in Miami, Florida. You know, beautiful, nice atmospheres outside. So the audio will sound like you're walking by an outside stadium. That's what you can expect from our audio. A live atmosphere is what you can also expect. If you've been to a wrestling show live, there's no commentary heard. Matter of fact, if you've been to a live basketball game, football game, soccer, hockey, any kind of live sports event, that's the way the show is going to be developed from Power. Be sure to full screen it when you watch it so you can see it live. You're going to see crowd views, camera cuts. You can expect that kind of stuff in our shows as well. Music and entertainment as well. We don't have rights to those popular songs, so don't expect a lot of, famous songs. You can expect a lot of royalty-free music and personal songs made by us or others, but have an open mind even if it sucks. Members, here's the hard hitter. So pay attention. If you're already a member of Power, pay attention. Because here's where the nail hits the coffin. If you haven't seen the website by now, career mode is gone. Oh no. But yeah, career mode is gone. There is no system anymore, but for the better. You no longer will need a system to tell you which moves, abilities, paths, etc. belongs to your superstar. However, some rules will still apply to superstars, such as one sig, one finisher rule, and that goes more so into character creation and character progression. The more you understand and can tell us about your superstar, the more freedom you will have when it comes to moving your superstar forward in the shows. Also, sometimes you will be asked to switch characters with people. Get over yourselves and love thy neighbor. I'm going to repeat that. Get over yourselves and love thy neighbor. You may learn a thing or two or several by playing with another person's superstar. You may also develop some respect for someone's creativity and creation by playing with someone else's superstars. You may learn spots and moves and a whole lot more about the people you work with. Needless to say, Power's #1 rule still will remain to be no drama. No drama. So, current members, superstar contracts will also be changed. Yes, again. No, not again, not again. Yeah. Yes, it's going to be changed again because this is the transition we're making. There will no longer be a system for your character's contract. It will just be based on the status of your superstar and where he stands in the shows. Like I said, the more we know, the better, we can progress a superstar in the shows. Current members, I got to make sure the people who are already involved, stay important. Current members, some of you may want to use or bring in more than one character. Be happy because there is no limit to how many you can bring in. But don't expect them all to be on the two main shows. Like I said, the more you can tell us about your character, the more likely he'll be involved in the shows. You're going to become a character creation guru if you join with Superstar, okay? Once you become that guru, your superstar will be live and in charge. Time to sum this up, though. Give my last comments. Hit the last few things. Lastly, this goes out to everyone still watching this. Whether you are already a member of Power, recently joined Power, thinking about joining Power, conspiring against Power, hating on Power, we don't care what you really do. All we care about is our goal. And the main goal is to expand the innovators of today into the future. Everything will continue to grow and be bigger than a video game and YouTube shows. I've said this numerous times in my videos and to others verbally. If there's one thing you all should leave with from this video on a personal level, personal note, it's who the fifth animal is as a person. And me as a person, I'm a man of my word, and I stick to my visions until they come to life. Just like I want everybody else to do as well. Nothing is impossible. Whatever I see, others will see it too. And power is only the beginning of the vision.